Hey there, I'm Madeline Marie. So I just wanted to say hello. This is my first round of tarot videos on YouTube. I am working on the big 144 series where we go over all 12 sun signs, moon signs, and then look into the rising signs. So we're actually covering 1,728 astrological signs. So I just wanted to say hello. I couldn't figure out how to set up the camera and the cards at the same time, but I'll be getting better. So we'll start with Aries and then we'll go on through to Pisces. And this is for the week of February until February 7th on Friday, from now until then. So I hope that you find these helpful, and as with all general readings, you can look to your sun, moon, Venus. But I do say if you're going to do your Venus or your Mars as the sign, then look to it as, being action-oriented or more love-oriented, or with the moon, more emotional. With your rising, more how you're coming off to others and such. For cross-watchers, yes, it can apply vice versa. You know the whole spiel if you've watched any other YouTube tarot readings before. The energy is general, so won't apply to all, of course, yada yada yada. And I am also accepting donations on rotation. paypal.me/rotation411. I'll put the link below. And if you'd like for me to send you any prayers, please do put a note. I'm doing $10 prayer requests because the energy exchange helps to solidify your prayer and materialize it. So I hope that this is helpful. If you'd ever like to do a reading with me or your full birth chart, you can go to rotation411.com, and the services listed there are readings by me. I'm also creating a psychic site. It's called Psychics Gold. I work for several psychic sites, so you may have seen me on those before. So if you are psychic and are interested, I'll put the link below for the psychic application. It's rotation411.com/psychic application. And if you are just looking for psychics, I'm trying to collect, the best out there. So do check back into psychicsgold.com. And as soon as I enable membership, that means the site is up and it's ready for you to browse, and you can get live advice anytime from different psychics. I'm going to add some palm readers, rune readers, etc. So here we go. Let's get started with hello there, my Leos. How you doing? All right. Now this is for Leo sun, moon, Venus, Mars, rising, but please do apply it, if you're a Venus Leo, apply it more romantically. If you're Mars Leo, apply it more action oriented, etc., etc. And if you're cross watcher, it could go both ways. So also time, is fluid. So if you're watching this after the dates of now January 31st, I want to say 30th, 31st through February 7th, Friday, February 7th, then it may apply to you as you're watching it. I do think that the tarot represents all of matter, so it should still resonate with a majority of you at any time. Wow, sticky situation, Leos. You were really showing up, King of Wands in the Aries and Taurus readings. I don't know if you had anything to do with that, but we shall see. What is going on for Leo from now until February 7th, Friday, February 7th? We'll do general and then we'll do love. I do include it all. I don't do the extended, so I do appreciate donations, especially if you'd like to see me continue the big 144 series where I'm going over all 144 sun and moon combinations, and also the rising. So that's 1,728 personalities in sun, moon, and rising zodiac. All right, Leo, what is going on for you from now through February 7th? King of Swords, maybe dealing with an Aquarius. Ooh, got a lot of people in your life, Leo. The sun is in Aquarius now, which is your opposite also. So it's complementary energy for you. It's air and it feeds your fire, but it could be making you feel a little less fiery, a little more full of air. So King of Swords is here. This, like I said, could be an Aquarius, Libra, or a what's the other one? Gemini. And, you know, this is general. We haven't done love yet, but we do have the Three of Swords over this. So either you're dealing with a third party, you are a third party yourself. And this doesn't have to be with love. This could be, swords is also words and thoughts. So there could be some past heartbreak or person on your mind, or it could be a situation, grief. You know, it could even be grief over something that you can't really express, or you do feel like expressing yourself right now because Venus is in Pisces, so we're all a little more emotional. That could be affecting you as well. But it's also Aquarius season, so I always like when my present time in a reading confirms that we are indeed in the present time. Now I can see in the deep past there was a woman for a lot of you. She could be like an ex, or she could be a mother, or any kind of doesn't have to be maternal influence, but any kind of feminine influence that may have been harsh with words, or quite the judge, and could have impacted what's going on now with this Three of Swords or this heartbreak. So you may just be dwelling on some words that were said from this person, and it could even be subconscious. So really go through and do inventory if there was some sort of maleficent or negative female that planted any seeds that could be causing heartbreak for you now, and it could even be subconscious. I also see in the recent past and in your subconscious, like the Six of Wands in reverse. Now, this is general, but this is a soulmate card. It's also children. It's also feeling like you're emotionally fulfilled. So it's almost like on your mind, or in the recent past, you feel like an emotional loss. I feel like for some of you, you're grieving. You know, Kobe left us too soon, unexpectedly. So for a lot of you, you could be grieving that, or grieving the loss of someone romantically or in life. I'm getting with you, Leo. I didn't really pick that up in the other readings. So with that being said, you know, you're not keeping to yourself or isolating yourself, which is good in the coming days. You do have the wisdom. This was in another reading too, but right here in the same spot. But you do have the wisdom of the Hierophant. So because the energy is present as the card is here, but you are in reverse. You're not isolating yourself. So that's a good sign, even though you are feeling some grief or heartache right now. And in the coming days and weeks, so this is coming days, right? And normally it would be through February 7th, but since this reading is for February 7th, I'm going to say your short-term outcome is by then. You will be feeling emotionally more stable, and you may have like a strategy, maybe some coping mechanism, some self-love. You may be going to get a massage, or doing some, you know, some meditation or something to kind of bring you back to this place. And the reason I say you're doing things is she's the queen, so she's strategizing, but she's also, you know, mastered it as well as the king. So it's kind of balancing out in a beautiful way this kind of harsher energy from your past. I do see you moving forward and having emotional balance over this situation that you're dealing with in the present. As far as the long-term outcome, and now remember, the future is changeable, so this definitely could change the long-term outcome based on this, and maybe even the advice that you're receiving now. But as far as long-term outcome, the external circumstances is that, you know, it doesn't seem like you have a lot of new beginnings coming in for you right now. And you may have been looking forward to those. I see in your hopes and fears, you're kind of afraid right now and apprehensive, or you're afraid of being apprehensive or guarded. But as far as the environment goes, you are taking action, but this is the environment. So I would focus more here on the little blossomings that are happening based off of actions that you've taken or actions that you're going to take. But your fear, I think, here with the apprehension is that, you know, and this is the 8 and this is the 9. So it's like the environment is of action, and you are a Wands, you know, Leo. But it's like you're worried that it's not going to amount to anything, or you're going to have to, I don't know, answer for your actions, I'm feeling like, but I wouldn't worry about that. It's not real. It's just a worry. It's just in the worries. And we do have the Knight of, or not the Knight, the King of Pentacles in the long-term outcome. So whatever it is you're working forward, working towards, or working through here, you will be able to manifest. And also you could be manifesting a man if you're a lady or a strong woman, maybe a wealthy woman, or you could just be manifesting. This is general, so it could be like a really nice position in a job, or being sort of the master of your wealth, finances, career, or you could be bringing in some sort of very powerful assistance, a person, a benefactor that is going to help you. But we're going to go ahead and clarify some of what's going on here, and then we'll get into the love reading. So what is going on with this Three of Swords? Why are my Leos, what are they grieving over? What's hurting their heart right now? You know, Leos are tough, but they have really big hearts, so they can tend to be pretty sensitive, even though I'm talking to the cross watchers, even though they don't show it, you know. So what's going on with the Three of Swords here? A wedding. So I do feel like this is romantically centric, but it could just be a union as well, even though this in this deck is specifically a wedding card. So it's like you're grieving. I feel like it's not, there could be a third party involved, but I almost feel like it's more you're grieving like a relationship you missed out on, or possibly the loss of a loved one, or someone that you had a strong union or bond with. Could even be like a very intimate, close friendship. Now, what is going on with the Hermit in reverse? How's Leo dealing with this loss? Or the thought that they may have missed out. Now, this guy is wearing a mask, and he's sort of like sneaking in, so it's almost like you may be thinking a little bit about revenge or vengeance here. I don't feel like you're acting on it, but you may just be having like certain fantasies for some of you. I'm not saying you're all like that, but you may at this time just be using sort of just whatever coping mechanisms you can. And here is the home. So it's sort of like you're not being an introvert, but or it could be for some Leos that you are being introverted, and it's just so out of your element. That's why the Hermit's in reverse, because the Hermit is introverted, because then you're staying home. But I think it's just try to focus within right now, Leos, if you can, and just make yourselves really comfortable. Just one more clarifier for this. Again, this one keeps coming up. I don't know what's going on. Jealousy. So just go within and clear out any sort of negative feelings you may be harboring that you're not aware of, because sometimes, because we're not that way naturally, we don't realize if we're holding on to negative things. So maybe do inventory of that. But man, I'm gonna use this one again. I really want to get something more out of what's happening here with this introvertedness, because it's kind of contradictory that you're not being introverted, but then you're being at home, and then there's just some mischievous energy here. So let's see. What is going on with Leo right here in the coming days? So I guess it's just you being patient, you know, sort of sorting through things is what I'm getting. But you're going to come out and you're going to be emotionally much better off. And I feel like that's good for, well, let's see what's going on with this Six of Cups in reverse. What is going on with the Six of Cups in reverse for my Leos? Yeah, just like someone started a fire in you. Like, I think it was a good fire, actually, you know, but it's just like, or some of you may have dealt with one, with some sort of, in the recent past, some sort of fire damage. It's possible for some of you, especially since you're a fire sign, or felt like something, you know, you could have self-sabotaged here, but it could also be something just came crashing down. One more. Yeah, I'm seeing just a lot of grief here. You feel like you missed out on something. I feel like it might be romantic. So let's get into that, because it's still on your minds, my Leos. So what is going on for Leos with love this week, now through Friday, February 7th? What is going on with Leos now through Friday, February 7th in love? And now I do relationships and singles at the same time, but I will clarify if I feel like it's leaning more towards singles or relationships as far as each placement and card goes. What is going on with my Leos in love? The singles and the romantic ones, the relationship ones. Okay, so I feel like your love life, even though you have some sort of grief going on, and it may not have to do with your love life, even though there may be something you feel like you missed out on in love, I really am sensing it's maybe more personal, like a personal loss, family, pet, or something. Because in your relationships, I do see you working on them in the present time. Like you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort, Leo. You're carrying your weight in the relationship, materializing the future, you know. In the deep past, things maybe didn't come full circle the way you would have liked, but in the recent past, you seem really cozy and cushy here. And if not, you have it on your mind. Like maybe that's what you're working towards with the 8 of Pentacles, is the 10 of Pentacles, just really manifesting, you know, the full real deal. And clarifying this is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is emotions. He's Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. But you know, some people, some readers, they like to say that even though he's emotionally reserved. I don't know if I agree with that. Maybe when you're dealing with like a Scorpio or even a Cancer, especially male, it could be a deeper emotion that maybe isn't so apparent on the surface. And you could be dealing with a water sign, by the way, here, but I feel like it's just really being in control of your emotions, but I don't think it's as being as repressed with them. So it's being in a really emotionally secure place, really understanding your emotions and having control over them. And in the coming days, the King of Pentacles is here again. So for some of you, this could be a romantic interest coming in, because it was in your general, it was the outcome. So I would say in love, he would be coming much sooner. It could also be a female, probably older and wealthy, or just more established. But yeah, this person might be able to help you in life in general, since he was in your outcome. And it can also be you, even this would be where you might be being more reserved with your emotions. And for some of you, you could have two people coming in. Remember, I told you there's a lot of people in your reading. So you may be in a relationship present time and have someone coming in, or be interested in someone present time and you're working on that. And then here comes this person to shake things up. But this is a very solid person, very solid. So I wouldn't worry too much. And again, in the short-term outcome, we have the Hermit in reverse. So we're going to have to clarify that, because that goes back to all that stuff that was going on in the general. Interesting, Leo. It's like you're keeping something to yourself, but it's kind of eating you up. And that's not really how the cards read it. That's just what I'm getting. All right. So again, did I even shuffle? I mean, this is the Ace of Swords in the same exact position as the general. So I feel like aside from the personal loss, whatever's going on in your love life is really affecting you right now. And it's like there's this new beginning that you're wanting. It's not even like you wanted it, because it's in the future. You're wanting it, but it's like, I don't feel like you believe it's going to happen. And that's almost why it's not going to happen. So you might want to work on trying to visualize, or maybe you're not even aware of it, but it's like you can feel it. So really do inventory of your thoughts on relationships, what you might not believe is possible. And as far as the environment, this is the Hierophant in reverse. So some of you could be dealing with an earth sign here with the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. But here I'm feeling more like, it's almost like you don't really feel like anything is going to happen the first half of the year, like now through Taurus season. the environment, right? You just don't see anything happening. You're just like, I don't think you believe it. You're working towards it with love. The Three of Pentacles and the fears and hopes, I feel like you're afraid that whatever you're wanting, it won't be stable. That's what I'm getting. But in the long-term outcome, all wishes granted. This is wish fulfillment. So you definitely can have whatever you're wanting in love. And I sort of read this more single. So for some of you, it may be like you're the King of Cups in the relationship and you're dealing with the Knight of Pentacles. And it doesn't have to be an earth sign, but you're dealing with someone who may even be more affluent than you. And maybe you're worried that it's not, like, even if it's someone you've been with for a while, maybe you're just worried that it might not be able to be sustained and have longevity. But here I see it is all going to work out for you, especially in love. All your cups will be full again. And I mean, you have that on your mind. That's what you're working towards here. So let's go ahead and clarify the Hermit in the Hermit in reverse in love. Wow, let's see what jumped out. A gift. Okay, what is going on with the Hermit in reverse in love for my Leo people right now? It's fun to do these because I usually just do personal readings. I haven't done general readings before, so I do general for people, but I actually prefer questions. But it's amazing the depth of a general for a group of you, and there's like almost so much more going on, you know? It's crazy. So the Hermit in reverse, I did get the Lover. This is boyfriend or lover translated from this candle over here keeps cackling. So this is translated from Russian. I don't speak Russian. I'm not Russian, but I like this deck. I love the pictures on it, and I translated a lot of the cards. So you definitely have a lover coming in here, or if you are in a relationship, you know, you're very much not isolating yourself. You're being involved, and it all is going to work out for you here. So whatever, if you're like in a relationship already, it could be that you meet someone new, but you just can't start anything with them. Or it could be you want a proposal. For some of you, especially particularly women or even males, you might want a higher level of commitment, and you're just not sure that's going to happen. That's why you're afraid of the foundation not being there, but it is going to happen. Whether you're single and there's someone new coming in for you, or who is a very solid person, by the way, or you're in a relationship and you're just worried about that next level of commitment, it's all here for you. I'm not even going to clarify that. Sometimes I do. So I think this about covers the Leo romance reading. Let's go ahead and do some general advice for you, and then I will hopefully be back next week. I would like to do these every Thursday evening for all of the signs. So let's do some general cards right now for Leo for now until Friday, February 7th. And if not, you can find me on my psychic sites, if I'm not back next week, because just so much going on. You can find me on my psychic sites, psychicgold.com. It's not quite launched yet. They still need some more intuitive. So if you are intuitive yourself and want to apply, I'll put the link below. It's a rotation411.com/psychic application. If you'd like a reading from me, you can get it at rotation411.com/astrology. And if you'd like to continue to see these videos, please do donate. And if you'd like a prayer from me, it's $10, because the energy exchange helps materialize things, right? Helps me connect with you. Then go ahead and write it in the notes when you do the PayPal donation. I appreciate it. Let's see what's going on with Leo. Yeah, just looks like, you know, you're sticking out the rest of winter. I think Taurus was sort of doing this too, just being cozy at home, some self-love, self-soothing. Let's see what else. It's almost like you're craving an affair or an adventure, though, because this person is leaving all their responsibilities behind, left the purse on the table. It even looks like there's a wallet there. Looks like it's a single woman. So it's like you kind of want to leave your worries behind and just have some fun. Not worries, but like responsibilities. And here we have sweetie, beloved. We had this in the Aries reading too. So maybe you have a sweetie that's an Aries or vice versa. The King of Wands did show up there a lot. I know we're always trying to tie Aries and Leo together. They're supposed to be the ideal match, but it works sometimes, sometimes not. Depends on the rest of the chart. So I do see, oh yeah, beloved. I was reading as reloved earlier. So I do see that you have a lot of love in your life. If not, there's definitely someone coming in for you very, very soon, probably by February 13th when Venus enters Aries, which will be very complementary to your energy, Leo. So yes, know you are loved, relax, take it easy, stick out the rest of the winter. I will be back with you in about a week. Thank you, Leos.